This is an overview video. This will give you a high-level walkthrough of CA Internet Security Suite 2010. Just after you've installed CA and restarted your computer, your firewall will identify active networks on your computer. Configure your network as a home network if you're behind a router, and configure your network as... To open CA Security Center, go to Start, All Programs, CA, CA Internet Security Suite, and CA Security. When a product is not functional, you will see red indications. Notice that my computer is in red. This shows my computer is not fully enabled. Click on Fix Now. Here what you want to do is click on Fix Now again. Then you'll want to click on Close. To open Settings, you're going to want to click on Update Settings. AutoScan will monitor for malware in the background. Email Scan will monitor your emails for malware. By default, few scan options are made mandatory. Check the box for network file scanning if you have external drives, devices, or shared internet files to be scanned. When you enable automatically delete options, malware will be deleted without moving them to temporary quarantine items. If you feel that a legitimate file is incorrectly showing up as a virus, this can be excluded from being scanned. Just add them here by clicking Browse. Scheduled scans are a nice way of scheduling a regular weekly scan when you are away on vacation. These are basic threat settings. Move on to Program Access. Registry protection from malware is enabled by default. Program protection protects programs on your computer from malware. Click on Advanced Settings to configure which parts of the registry have to be. Program Access Settings helps you to allow or block a program from malware access. Here you'll want to click on Browse. In this example, we're going to add Adobe Captivate.exe. Now I click on Add to add the program to the list. In the outbound column, click Allow to give full access to this program. Now let's move on to Program Rules. Let's move on to an example. We'll do a sample rule that will deny malware access to the CD drives. You want to give a name for this rule. You'll want to leave this rule with all programs. And we will apply this rule for all user accounts. Click on Next. Select CD-ROM files as an object. If you do not find predefined objects for files you want to give access, then you would create. Click the Next button. If you want to create more specific protection from malware, this can be done from this screen. We will simply deny malware from all types of access to the CD. Now we can add an alert option. This will tell you every time malware has access to your. Now click on Next. You want to accept the rule to run all the time, and then click Next. Now you can click on Add the rule as active and monitoring your CD files. Program rules are a great way to protect your programs from malware when we do not have a predefined setting or option. Click the computer icon to see more tasks. You can do your regular scans and you'll want to click the globe icon to see internet protection tasks. You can disable the firewall, clean the cache, or block the internet totally from here. These are common internet tasks you might be interested in. Click on View Settings to configure more detailed settings. This network access window will show your active network assignment you chose after you installed CA. Click on Network Rules. The firewall is going to close all the ports on your computer except a vital few for the active network. As an example, we will create a rule to open a port. You'll face this situation multiple times when working with game software. Here you'll want to make sure that access is allowed. We will allow all TCP information on port 5000. Select in/out to allow both incoming and outgoing information on port single port, and type 5000. Then click on Next. Now let's allow information from all addresses. Click on Next. Allow information to all addresses and click Next. You'll want to allow this rule to run all of the time and then click Finish. Click Close to complete. Now move on. By default, cookie control is always going to be enabled. Click on Advanced Settings to control different. The pop-up blocker settings are going to help you monitor 3 different types of pop-ups. Mobile code is going to refer to Java or VB code that executes on a website. You can choose to disable mobile code control or disable just Java code if you log into game. Cache Cleaner is another useful feature. You'll want to make sure that the number of days is greater than 0 for Cache Cleaner to be active. The checkboxes indicate what will be. If you have a website that needs to be configured differently for browser protection, then you'll want to add it. You'll want to note that for yahoo.com, all cookies and headers are allowed. Browser protection does not apply. You will be asked to confirm that you would like to save this. Click on Yes. We've now moved on to the Identity Protection page. ID theft can be prevented using the settings that are here. You can define information you want to protect by clicking the My Identity button. Advanced settings help you define whether the information has to be allowed or the spam protection is going to quarantine your junk email. Advanced settings help you enable or disable the anti-spam for Outlook or Outlook Express. Now let's have a look at anti-spam configuration. As soon as you open up your email client, you can configure spam protection features. The default here we will allow CA mail to be good mail, and then we'll click Next. To define it, good folders are for good sender emails, and spam folders contain junk email. Choose your folders and then click Next. In this step, approved senders are automatically decided. Select Build Index Now and then click Finish. This will make sure the email search feature is fully enabled. Now, you can access more spam protection settings from the CA Anti-Spam menu. Within Web Protection, the Anti-Phishing feature gives you CA Toolbar on your browser window. The CA Toolbar monitors and reports phishing websites and phishing links. Every time you move your mouse onto a link, the anti-phishing feature shows link information. This advanced settings page helps you disable link advisor information on different web programs. Right across the top, you can see the CA toolbar. Click the folder icon across the bottom to access the backup and migration feature. You can back up from the Tasks menu. You just click the top browser button to choose the files to back up and click the bottom browser button for a place to save the backup. From the Tasks menu, you can also do a data migration from one computer to the other. Here you'll want to select the Migrate option. You can choose to do a real-time migration if you have your source and destination computers connected with a cable or a network. If they are not connected, you can go for deferred migration to save the source computer's data for transferring. Now click on Next. Again, you have 2 choices. You can choose Typical for migrating common settings and Custom for selecting what you want to migrate. The migration progress will be shown to you until it's complete. Now lastly, let's click the Kids icon across the bottom. This will take you to the Parental Controls section. Click on Change User to log in as the administrator. Here, you'll want to type in the administrator. Click on View Full Report to go to Settings. The Manage Users will let you create new Internet users for whom you can control Internet access. Now let's type an Internet user to add. Now type a password for this user, so other Internet users cannot log in and use this user's. You can use existing age groups, which will give default access timings. The default user is the first user who logs into the computer. Usually the default user has maximum restrictions. Here we are copying the default user settings to our new user. Click on Next, and now you can block internet access for a specific day during specific hours, as we see here. 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and so on until the rest of Monday has been clicked. Then click Next. In this step, you can add website categories that you want to block for this user. Advanced settings help you allow or By doing this, we have allowed only 2 websites for this user, gmail.com and yahoo.com. Now click on You can also block or allow instant messengers and P2P sharing for this internet user. You'll notice that advanced settings gives you more control. You can enable or disable specific messengers in the advanced settings. In filtering, you'll enter keywords to block on instant messaging. You can even allow or block contacts or friends for this internet user. Once you click on Finish, you have created this user. On the Alerts page, you can enable different types of alerts. This will help you configure logs of internet user activities. You can also have these logs sent to your email address. Now click on the Home button. Click on Log Out to log out the administrator. As soon as the administrator logs out, My Kids is functional, blocking your default user